Hello there and welcome to this tutorial. I'm Ben from Ukulele Road Trips, and this video is actually coming to you from a ukulele road trip, the blue one, which is happening in the Baltic Sea. But that's not what we're going to talk about here. We're going to talk about Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive, fantastic song, and how to groove it like the original on the ukulele, so that we can have something at the end of this lesson that sounds like this for you. Because at first she was afraid, she was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, I learned how to get along, and then the rhythm will kick in about here. But now you're back from outer space, I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid look. I should have made you give back your key, because then you wouldn't been able to come in to bother me. So it's mainly strumming and a lovely set of chords that come from actually way back. If you look throughout musical history, there's this old Passacaille theme for little Baroque orchestra. And that's why this song is in the classical pop collection, the songbook that you can download right now if you go into the description. That'd be really nice. And you know what, just before we get started, here's a little treat, because the camera is right now in the van, but I can show you a bit of sea. Or can you just see the cafe? Oh, you can just see the cafe. Well, too bad. You'll just have to come here. Or follow the trip, follow the adventure on ukuleleroadtrips.com. Great website. Maybe some people can confirm that in the comments. First things first, chords. We need an A minor. You know this one. Ooh, first I was afraid. And we start singing on the open A string, which is the same note underneath your middle finger. You can compare. Yep, same notes. D minor 7, I was petrified. G7, make sure DM7 to G7, you keep your index down on E1. Could never live without you. And same here, you leave your ring finger on, lift the two others for C major 7. And then and here, F major 7. Spend so many nights. That's easy, that's 5-5, open. I use the third and fourth finger. Thinking how you did me wrong. DM6. Which could also be called a B minor 7 with diminished fifth or something like that. Same notes. And I grew strong, E7 sus4. This is the 4 here. Going down to a 3, E7 3 or E7. E sus4. Make sure you don't use your index for this one, so your index is ready for the E7, played in a weird way with index, ring and little finger. Try that. E7 sus4, E7, E7 sus4, E7, E7 sus4, E7. And now we're good to go. At first I was afraid, DM7 was petrified, minor. Kept thinking on the I, a G7, I could never live without you. And on the by, we say hello to a C major 7 by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking DM6, so you move these down, slide these down, and then add two fingers. How you did me wrong, and I grew strong, sus4, I learned how to get along. And how do you get along? Well, that's a great question. Luckily, Gloria has got the glorious answer for us. Apologies if the background isn't straight. Wait, because there's a nice stone windmill here, north of the island of Gotland. So you've got land, but not a straight view. Anyway, go on now, go, walk out the door, just turn around now, cause you're not welcome anymore. Well, to learn this rhythm, we're just gonna take an A minor for now, and basically each chord gets a whole loop. So what we want to do is just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. If you can do that, you can do the rest. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to do this slightly different. We've got a 1, 2, and here on the 3, we actually do the movement, but without hitting the strings, and then come back up, and then do a movement again without hitting the strings, and then do a new movement and we hit the strings again. And that's the idea. And once we speed this up, you can practice that if you want. If you haven't quite got it yet, click pause and just make sure that you keep this constant movement in your right hand, right? You can't do it like this. You have to have this constant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now with the loop, go. And sus4, and the other one. Okay, that's it. Now if that was a bit too fast for you, feel free to use the slow down function here on YouTube, probably 0.5, and then you can really work on the dum, ghost up, ghost down. That's the tricky bit. And at the end, I either finish with 2 downs or a light down and 2 downs, meaning light down, down, light down, down. I have a light, the one before the penultimate. Is that what that means? Yeah, the one before, 2 before the last one. That one I usually play very soft, very discreet. Let's see how that sounds on the chorus. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, no tie, I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my love to give, I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey, da 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 da. And the trick now, and this is the last part of the trick, and if you can do this, and this is quite advanced, pretty tricky, that's why it's a trick, is that you, when you can, not necessarily with the A minor, but when you can, like on a DM7, you want to go down, 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 down. Meaning that the second and third strums, you want to lift your fingers slightly from the fretboard. Can you see this? Yes, maybe, yes. And then you stop the sound, meaning let's do that just on a DM7. Instead of pressing with your thumb, you relax, and then the sound stops. You play, you relax. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So we've got tap, tap, da, dip, tap, 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 da. And that's what the guitar is doing a lot in the song. And that's kind of the soul of this groove in Gloria's song is pretty much in the da, da, da. And it's syncopated, it's very hard. Most people need 15 years of music training to be able to do this, but not you, because you're very flexible, I've noticed, and very smart, and enthusiastic, and really that's the most important. Let's do that with all the strength I had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent oh so many nights feeling sorry for myself. Used to cry, and now I hold my head up high, and you see me, somebody new. I'm not that chained up little girl, still in love with you. And so you felt like dropping in, you expect me to be free. Well, now I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Go on now, go, walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble, or apple tart? Did you think I'd lay down and die? And now we're moving back to the classical period era. You can travel through time with this song just by switching styles and keeping the same chords. Hence again why it's in the classical pop collection. Feel free to listen to that sarabande actually. No, or is it called Passacaille? I confuse them all the time. Passacaille. Feel free to listen to the Passacaille. The link is in the songbook, and do support these lessons if you enjoy them. If you understand a bit of them and they help you a little, then that'd be really wonderful. And also, yesterday I was busy composing and recording a song about the Raukaar here in the north of Gotland. And these are beautiful stones carved by nature and the wind and ice, and they'd stand tall and proud out on the beach. But actually, what if they weren't carved by nature? What if it was somebody there, with spirits living all the time, making these beautiful, beautiful things for us appear in what we think is just nature? So that's what the song is about. Feel free to check it out also. And if ever times get tough, remember, you will survive. You will survive.